Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me for the very first episode of Creatrix Conversations, your weekly download of mindset, marketing, and magic. My name is Flora Ware, and I am a spiritual life and business coach, moon circle priestess, and marketing and communications expert. I am passionate about helping women entrepreneurs and executive leaders grow their businesses with soulful strategy and aligning to their unique feminine power. That is what I am all about. Understanding what your strengths and shadows are through archetypal leadership and marketing. So every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, I'm going to be here live sharing some thoughts, tips, and tools to help you increase your impact and your income and help you awaken to your potential, embody your wisdom, and step into your power. My vision for this new show, Creatrix Conversations, is that they're going to be short, impactful 10 to 12 minutes videos. So it's not a long time for you to watch and take in what the topic is. And I may even eventually bring on some guests, but for right now, it's going to be me sharing my wisdom and my experiences and expertise. So thank you for joining me. And if you are so inspired by today's topic or any other broadcast that you catch, please feel free to hit share and share it with your friends. So starting off today, I want to talk about something that is so prevalent, and on the surface, many people don't realize that in fact they have a fear of success. And so this is really important to understand your mindset as you grow into more of a leader, because if in the background you have some subconscious fears that are holding you back, that is going to get you hitting the glass ceiling every time. So I want to talk about how to understand your fears of success. So let's look at some of the common ones. When you really do the inner work and you peel back some of the layers, a lot of people feel that it's an either or situation. They can either have wealth or they can have good health, which means that if they do have good wealth, they're going to have poor health. There's a trade-off, right? And we see this a lot in the stereotypical workaholic who really does not pay attention to their health because they are going after success and money and all of that. So when we see that as an example, that becomes this belief that in order to be successful, in order to be wealthy, I'm going to be unhealthy. So if you want to be healthy, that it subconsciously means that you're not going to be wealthy. The other one is around relationships. You can either have success or you can have love. And if you have too much success, then that strain on your relationship. Maybe if you already are married, you fear that more success will be problematic for your marriage. And for anyone who really values their love relationship and their spouse or their primary partner who wants to have love, they think that they're going to have to step back from their work. Again, you see how these black and white, either or. You can either have one or the other thing. Why can't you have both? Right? So underneath that all is really the belief that success equals suffering. So I wonder, does this land for you now? If you have done the inner work and really looked at that, do you in fact believe that success will equal suffering? And the way that the suffering will look for you is, like I said, poor health, a lot of stress, strain on your relationship, anything. The other one is fear of that being a target. That's suffering. The more well-known that you become, the higher that you rise on the corporate ladder or that you grow your business, you become a target for criticism, for online haters. Let me know if that's resonating for you, because that is a big fear that can hold us back, especially women, from really expanding into our potential. Because why would you do something that you were afraid would mean that you would become a target, that you potentially would negatively affect your family, and that you could be raked over the coals? You know, there is that very real fear. Well, I want to be successful, but not too successful, not so successful that I feel like I've lost my privacy, or that I feel like every action that I do, every move that I make is being scrutinized. You know, in the last few months, we've seen some top leaders in especially the coaching industry, but really in all places, like leaders, we can often feel that leaders are targets for criticism and for, you know, all sorts of negative things. So that can be a very real fear of being a target that can hold you back from expanding into greater success. So, and personally, I feel that for a lot of women, this stems from the witch wound. That we are afraid, we still carry that fear of being persecuted. And so when we do reach more and more levels, we are afraid that we are going to be criticized, that we are going to experience the 21st century version of being stoned to death or burned at the stake because we're going to be criticized. Hello, thanks for joining. So if you have this underlying belief that success equals suffering, and that suffering could either mean your poor health or strain on your relationships, or that fear of being a target, I really want you to look at that. I always recommend journaling it out or doing some meditation, looking at where those fears are stemming from, and ask yourself these questions. Is this really true? Whatever it is that you're worrying about, or that you are afraid of, that's holding you back from taking that next step. Is it really true? Then ask yourself, are your actions making it true? Because as we all know, we can often create a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because if you believe, for example, again, back to the workaholic example, that success requires you to work long days, to work on weekends, work, and not pay attention to your health, then your actions are making that true. The third question is, do you believe there is another option? And feel into that. Do you believe there is another option? Can you have success and good health? Can you have success and great relationships? Can you be a leader and not be the target of scandal and criticism? Or even if you do come across scandal and criticism, can you handle it with integrity and grace? It's all part of the process, right? So that's the third question. Do you believe there is another option? And then the fourth is anchoring that new belief in through your thoughts, through your actions. I believe that I can have greater abundance, love, and success, great health. I can be wealthy and healthy. Maybe that's an affirmation you start working with, or whatever it is. Do what you need to do to anchor in that new belief so that there is a new option. Okay, I hope that today's Creatrix Conversations was helpful for you to really look and understand your fears of success, because you staying small does not serve you or the world. And I envision all of us rising into our highest potential. And I know that if you are listening to this, there's a part of you that wants to reach for your highest potential. And, oh great, I have some comments. Sonia saying, I just found an old journal with a great affirmation I'd written about feeling safe being an important person and leader. Yes, and that's exactly it, that it really does come down to feeling safe, because our ego is there to protect us, right? Our ego is just there to protect us, which does often mean holding back, staying in the pack, right? Not standing out too much, because there was times where that did mean certain death. So in this day and age, we are fortunate that for many of us, it does not mean certain death. not physical death anyway, death of the ego, perhaps. So looking at that it is safe for me to be a strong leader. It is safe for me to share my message and my medicine with the world, and that I can expand into greater abundance, love, and success every day while still having good health, while still having great relationships, and knowing that you will be able to handle whatever comes your way, even if you do come across online haters. So uncover and understand your fears of success so you can heal them and transform them. Thanks again. Hit share if you are inspired to share this with your friends. Every week, Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific, I'll be here with Creatrix Conversations. Thank you so much and have a magical day. Bye now.